Is going. Okay.
22nd of December, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
The famous question, where'd we get up to? Oh, this looks like I got it marked off this time. Okay, we're up to Rav Kahana. And let's see, did we do all the Rashis? Let's see what we did over here. Yeah, okay. So in other words, we yeah, okay. I think we can go weiter today. Rav Kahana, you all have Zuzah Akitna. Okay. Everybody see where this is, Rav Kahana? It's the it's about just above the middle of the page in the Gemora. The first word in the line is Ninach.
And what page is it on?
103A.
Hey.
And then there's
The first
Yeah.
word. What's the quote we're reading? Rav Kahana?
Rav Kahana, you'll have Zuzah.
Okay, it's on 103A1, right-hand column, third paragraph. The Gemara cites.
Wow, look at that. We were just talking about Pishtan. And now the Gemara talks about Rav Kahana.
Wow, look at that.
Pishtan.
Money for Pishtan.
Okay, so we honor Roy with begin the reading of Rav Kahana.
Rav Kahana, you have Zuzah of a Tivana. Rav Kahana gave money for flax and left the flax in the seller's possession.
Oh,
The Sof Aika Kitana, eventually the flax appreciated in value.
oh boy.
Zabini, Maravana, what's this? Mava Say, Debatana. The original owner of the flax sold it at the higher price with the intent to give the proceeds to Rav Kahana. That's what it says here. Atar Lakamaya, the Rav Kahana came before Rav Umar lay and said to him, Ma vid, what should I do? Azil Ashakil Zuzi, shall I go and take my money? Umar lay, Rav said to him, Iki ko zibane amare hay kitana the kahana, who, if when they sold it, they said to the buyer, this flax is kahana's, zil shakel, go take the money. Va'i la tishko. But if they do not tell the buyer that it was your flax, do not take the additional money from him, as this would be considered a collection of interest.
Okay, let's take a look at the Rashis over here. Rashi starts on Liber Maskil Zavne Navose de Kitna.
Okay, he sold, the Zavni is he's selling Maravte, that's the original owner there. The Kitna. I don't know why they're using it flax. I would think Kitna is cotton when Pishtan would be flax. Whatever.
I think
He sold
Pishtan is linen.
Right, but flax is linen. Flax is linen. Kitna is a closer thing to cotton. Anyway, it's a thing, you know. It's a threading and whatever. But he sold it to him. Almanas retain in order on the condition that he will give to Mayhem its value, Shehem of them, Lochim that of the purchases, L'Rav to Kahana. So he's going to sell it with the intention of giving Rav Kahana the profits out of it. And the last end was Lo Tishko. You shouldn't give it to him. You shouldn't give it to him because of it says something with I lost my place here. It had ribit. I had that word there. There it is. Mishum, because of ribit, because of interest.
I'm confused. If Rashi is saying that there was an understanding that the seller was going to resell it and give all of the proceeds to Rav Kahana, how can we have a question? There's no question. He should get the proceeds.
The question is whether
Rabbi, you're muted.
It had who's muted?
The rabbi is muted.
Okay, but the question in that is a question that whether there's a ribit question, because it's not just that the price has changed. Now the price went up and he sold it for more money. So that question is, when he sold it for more money, now is there ribit involved because he sold it for more money? That's the question.
No, that's not the question. The question is it a loan? You only have ribis if there's a loan.
No, it has a ribit because the price it went up.
It can't be a loan. You have an agreement.
It went up. The whole point is that the price went up of this thing. So he gave it to him, and now he's actually getting more money for it because of. So that question is that ribbit? That's the question. So the question is, when was that transaction taking place? Was it at the end or at the beginning? If it happens at the beginning, it's not an issue because it's now Rav Kahana's flax or linen or whatever you want to call it, or flax or cotton or whatever you want to call it at the beginning. If he doesn't take it until the end, then he's giving him more value, and that could be considered ribbit.
Let's take a look at there's a Tosfos over here, a short Tosfos. Yohav Zuze Akitna.
Okay, he gave him the money for the kit for this kitna. Hashdenau Salkadaita, you might have thought the ire that we're dealing the meshach. Meshach is like a form of it's like a foot of ribis. It's like it's not actual ribis. It's like along the way, something that comes on an unintentional item of ribis there that goes along with it that you wouldn't expect. Now also
comes from the word Mashicha.
Yeah, it's pulling it towards him.
What's a Mashicha here that he's talking about?
Well, there's an exchange of money for linen for the kitna.
But this that Tosas says that it was Moshach. In other words, what that refers to is that he did a kinyan Mashicha. Now, when it comes to the acquisition of metaltalin, even though that the money, the most is kona, the money is kona the movable item, midaraisa, but midrabanan, the Rabbanan said that the Mashicha, you have to do a formal act of kinyan in addition to the giving of the money. So Tosfos is pointing out over here that now at this point in the Gemora, Soka Daitak, we thought that what we're dealing with over here, the Iri, is a case the Mashach Nami, that he also, in addition to giving the money for the kitna, he also did a kinyan Mashicha, which would have acquired the kitna for Rav Kahana right then and there. So even though he doesn't take it with him, he's the one, Rav Kahana, that owns that kitna right now. And then Tosfos concludes, Upikodan, continue.
Upikodan, that's like a deposit on it.
Yeah.
A pikodan it is. Ba'alma it is. Who? The Havi Gabi that he's collecting. He's collecting the deposit back.
Yeah, it's like Rav Kahana says, I've got some kitten over here. I'd like to deposit to you for safekeeping, and you'll keep it for me until I come back for it. So that's the situation. That's what we, says Tosfos, that's what we thought is the situation over here at this juncture in the Gemara, which sounds like we're going to change from this Havamina that Tosfos is saying later on. But at this point, says Tosfos, we thought that in addition to Rav Kahana giving money, he also made a formal kinyan Mashicha, so that the kitna is without any question. He's the owner of Kahana of the kitna, and now that he left it there by the seller, it doesn't belong to him. It's simply it belongs to Rav Kahana, and the seller is holding it there as a custodian and safekeeping for Rav Kahana.
In which case, it makes no difference whether it went up in value or not.
So yeah, so that so it's hard to so really now when he goes and sells it, he was able to get more money for because the market price went up. The shuk went up in Kitna, and so now he can sell it for more than what he sold it to Rav Kahana for. So now Rav Kahana goes to his Rebbe to Rav for a ruling over here. Also, the Rav came before Rav. Amarle, Ma'avid, what should I do over here with this situation over here? So Ezel Ishkil Zuzai, should I go and take my Should I go and take my money that I paid for the kitna? What's the so Amalei, Rav asked him a question. Iki kozabne amre hay kitna de kahanahu? Did the seller say that he's selling your kitna when he sold it to this guy? Did he say that to Lokea? That this is your kitna? If he did, zil shko. In that case, you should go and take. Now it doesn't say what you should go and take. Below, if I assume it means go and take the money. Below, but if he did not specify that it was yours, that this pishtan belonged to you, he just sold it, and the buyer thought that he was buying the kitna that belonged to the seller. It was the seller's to buy, seller's to sell, and he's buying from the seller. So then, in that case, if that's what the purchaser thought, then you may not do so. Then you may not take the money. Rashi says that's because of ribis. So you want to know what's the ribis problem? Sounds like a good business deal. He sold it. He bought it for 5, and he sold it for 10. He made a profit. Where's the? Is it also to make a profit? And why does it depend on whether the seller told him that it's the kitna that belongs to kahana or not? What does that have to do with it? And on questions, Rashi is silent, and so is Tosfos. So, is this Gemora brought somewhere else that maybe they explained the Gemora? No, not brought anywhere else. So we need to know why. We need to know why it is that there be an Isseribus over here.
The art scroll has something to say. I don't know if it's much help or not.
Okay.
You got 2 notes. I'll read them both. For in this case, the buyer of the flax transferred the money directly to Rav Kahana, and it was from the buyer that Rav Kahana received the greater amount as payment for his appreciated flax. Thus, the original owner of the flax, who had received money from Rav Kahana, did not pay him back a greater amount than he received, but merely forwarded to him the buyer's payment. And there's no basis for this to be considered a ribos violation. But then he says that if he didn't tell the buyer, then there's Reb Kahana's, then he shouldn't take the money. For in this case, says Rav Scroll, when the buyer paid for the flax, he intended to transfer the money to the original owner of the flax, and Rav Kahana did not acquire it at that time. When the original owner now gives Rav Kahana a greater amount than he received from him originally, it is as though the money is coming from him, from the original owner, and this appears like a reverse payment. And it says, see Rashi and Tosafos, dollar. Come on. Compare
Oh, yeah.
Tosafos and Rabbeinu Peretz.
Okay. Well, maybe the Gemara later on is going to discuss this, maybe. Mhm. Oh, I see. Yeah, Rashi mentions there's more explanation following. Okay, maybe we should just go further in the Gemara. Okay, so we have the picture right now. The picture is that Rav told Rav Kahana that. So Rav Kahana told Rav Kahana. Rav Kahana wanted to know, Izil Ishkil Zuze, may I go and take the money that the seller is prepared to give to me? I paid 10 for the kitna, and he sold it for 15. So he's prepared to give me the 15. May I go and take that? So Rav asked him, did the seller mention your name when he sold this kitna to the second buyer? If he did mention your name, so then you can go and take you could take the money together with the profit. It's yours. But if he did not mention your name, so then you may not do so, and Rashi says it's because of ribos. Okay. So, okay, so I didn't quite follow that note that you read over there. So maybe let's just go further and see how the Gemara develops over here, because we're not finished with this case. Okay, so we're holding the Gemara asked the question, come on. According to who does Rav hold when he said that? That's the question the Gemara is asking here right now. Okay, we'll go to Alan.
Okay. Page 103A1, right, in the right-hand side?
103A1, the last line on the page.
Right. Gemara asks, Kameon, with whom does this accord? Biba ne Rava the Ray. It accords with those in the West who said, Ho Dio Lebe Al Hitain Shayak Ne Choyin Levaal May own, who qualified the owner of the wheat to transfer the wheat to the owner of the money. So, who are those in the West?
Marav is talking about the Israeli people, because that's west of Babylon, the Bava.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's you're asking who's B'nai Marava? That was the opinion that we said above, that they said that the seller has to know who the identity of the buyer, and so he has to be told who it is, should have in mind
Oh.
to cause that person who's acquiring it to make the acquisition in that case it was the whatever it was, the chiti, the wheat. In spite of the fact that the money that was given for the wheat was none other than the sender. Nevertheless, the Bnei Marava say that but who told the seller of the wheat that he should makna the wheat to this person who he was not he wasn't told about. No one told him. So it's according to Bnei Marava, even though he's the one that gave the money, it sounds like he's not going to acquire the wheat unless the seller is told that he's the one who's supposed to acquire. So when Rav said what he said, is he saying that according to because he holds like Bnei Marava? Oh, so let's see the Rashi right now. Kaman Bnei Marava.
Is it like the Bnei Marava? Is it like the people of the West, which is Israel? Beat me. That's a surprising thing. Koloma to say the Amrimin, mi hodian lekachem. Who's the one who informed the purchasers? Sheiknu, that they shall acquire meotehem, their money, to Rav Kahana. Therefore, lo zacha, therefore they should not be acquiring it. They don't merit this at all because it's, who gave them, who said that?
Because they say mi hodian the lokhin sheyaknu mosehen Rav Kahana. Who did? Yeah, they would. In other words, Bnei Marava would say in selling the kitna that belongs to Rav Kahana. They would say who told this out? Who told the Mihodion the Lokhin Sheyaknu Mosehen LeRav Kahana? Bikat lo zochu behen. So in other words, just like the intention of the owner of the wheat, in the case that the Bnei Marava spoke about, just like over there, it wasn't the intention of the seller of the wheat to cause the sender who's sitting in his house who gave the money to the agent to acquire, but it was referring to the lokeach. There was the agent. That's the one he had an intention to cause to acquire. So too over here. Oh, somebody's calling. Oh, Alan is calling. He got knocked off. Oh yeah, I see Alan. Okay. Good that you called. You're back in. Okay. All right. Just like that is so. So also over here. Now what's confusing over here is we're not talking about the seller. Rashi, for some reason, which I don't know right now, we'll have to figure it out. He's talking about the ones that are purchasing the kitna from the seller. So too, it's not the kavana of those that are purchasing this kitna to cause the money that they are giving to the seller of the kitna, that money that they're giving should go to Rav Kahana. but rather their intention is that it should go to it should go to the one that they're giving it to, the one who's selling it to them. That he should have he should acquire this this money that they're giving. And according to that, so Rav Kahana was not the one that acquired he would not be the one that acquired that money, which was more than what Rav Kahana himself paid. So okay, now we go further in the Gemora. Let's read from the Otu. Otu mi Yohiv. Lou, you want to read me Otu? Or Otu mi, rather.
Atu mi Yachiv Rav Kahana Arba Ushakil Tamne. Let's see. Atu. Now, did Rav Kahana give 4 and take back 8? Kitana mimela hu de yakar. It says he paid for the flax, which appreciated on its own. Migzal Gazlua. They surely robbed it from him. Usnan, and we learned in the Mishnah, Kol Hagaz Lanim Mishalmin Kish As Hagezela. All robbers pay as of the time of the robbery.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh boy is right. He gave 4 and he took back 8. Now that's a question.
Yeah, the word Otu here, Otu mi, is like a double rhetorical. Otu mi, is it really so that the Yoav Rav Kahana Arba, that Rav Kahana gave 4 but Veshokil Tamne, and he took 8? Like, is it Rav Kahana the one that did this deal by buying for 4 and selling for 8? No, he's not the one that did it. Ukitna memela hu the Iker. And it was just a matter of the like we said in business, right? You buy something for 4 and it goes up to 8, and then you go and sell it for 8 and make a handsome profit. There's no rivers problem with that. That's very nice. Is that what happens as the Gemora? Rhetorically? That's not what happened. Migzal Gazlua. What happened over here was that the that the seller, right? He was the one that did the sell for 8. Now we're just not get confused. I said 10 and 15. The Gemora is using 4 and 8. So let's say that Rav Kahana gave 4, and he bought it, and he left it over there. And when it went up to 8, so now the seller is now selling it to a second buyer for 8. So what did that cost? What was that all about? That amounted to a thievery. Because he took Rav Kahana's kitna that he bought from him. It didn't belong to him anymore. It was in his possession, but he wasn't the owner. Then he went and sold it to the second buyer. So the seller, is regarded as a goslin. And what's the din by a goslin that gozles something? The Mishnah says, Kol gazlanim mishalmim k'shas hagzela. Anybody who gozles, so he's gotta pay. if he can't return the actual item that he stole, he's got to pay. He's got to pay for the gezel that he did. And how much does he pay? The Mishnah says he pays according to what the item was worth at the time of the gezela. What was the item worth at the time of the gezela? It was worth 8. Okay, so that's the translation of the words over here. Let's take a look. We have some time. We have 2 minutes left to see to start this Rashi over here. Divra Maskil Otu.
Otu, which is now. My Ichalan. What does it matter? The Hakanta that he acquired it. Of the purchase there, his acquisition. The Chi Rav Kahana and his Kahana Ati in the future will lito miles. He's going to take the money in the future. He lito ribit, and he will be taking ribbit in a tanlo that was given to him. Dalid, he should take from 4. V'yito ched, now he's going to take 8. V'halo pishtana, and isn't it his wheat that he takes? V'chol makom, in all places, shehoya sham v'shalo, it was his. It was the elu, and these shimchoreta that have sold it. Gezalto, it's been a theft from it. Mine the mashlimin, and we should pay called them up all its value, the yoker of the more expensive one, kishaat hagazela, at the time of the theft, ubishat hagazela, and at the time of the theft, kavar chukar. Okay, it already went up price. It already appreciated when it was stolen. You have to look at it in the future, and at that time, so he's going to get the higher amount because it was worth more at that later time.
Okay, that's Rashi says Ma'ich Patlan Bahaknoson. What do we care about the fact that Bahaknoson, that the seller, that the buyer, whether the buyer had in mind to cause Rav Kahana to acquire the 8 that he was giving or not? Who cares? Okay. So that with that, it's 12:31, and we'll say a Freilich and Hanukkah for today. There's Hashem, and we'll Shabbat Shalom to Phil. And everybody else, we'll see tomorrow at 10:30. Be'ez Hashem. Leonard.
Amen.
Take care.
Bye, Alan. Bye, Roy. Bye, Lou. Bye,
Bye,
Phil.
Bye,
everyone.
Rabbi.
Okay, have a good week.